You know what's wild? People spend so much energy controlling what they say, how they look, what they post. But then they laugh at something, and boom, you just saw who they really are. There's this German proverb that says people show their character by what they laugh at. And at first I was like, okay, sure, whatever. But then I started actually paying attention. And oh man, it's true. Because here's the thing, laughter is involuntary, right? You can fake a lot. You can perform empathy. You can pretend to care. You can say all the right things. But genuine laughter? That slips out before your filter can catch it. I remember being in a group once, and someone made this joke. It was cruel, mean-spirited, punching down at someone who wasn't even there, and half the room laughed. Hard. And I just sat there, not laughing, just watching. And in that moment, I learned more about those people than I had in months of casual conversation. Because what amuses you reveals your values, whether you want it to or not. If cruelty entertains you, if making fun of someone's pain makes you laugh, then compassion is weak in you. It just is. I'm not being judgmental. I'm being honest. You can say you're a good person all day long. But if you find humor in someone else's suffering, your actions are telling a different story. On the flip side, if wisdom entertains you, if clever observations make you laugh, that says something too. It means your mind is strong. You're engaging with ideas. You're thinking. Laughter isn't neutral. It never was. It's this window into what you actually respect, what you value, when nobody's grading your morals. But here's where it gets uncomfortable, because I had to look at myself too, and that sucked, honestly. I started thinking about what I laughed at, what I found funny, and some of it I wasn't proud of. There were times when I laughed at jokes I knew were wrong, not because I thought they were funny, but because everyone else was laughing and I didn't want to be the uptight person who killed the vibe. Social pressure, right? Just go along with it. But that's the problem. When you laugh at something you know is cruel, you're still participating. You're still signaling that this is acceptable, that this kind of humor is fine with you. And I realized, man, this was a hard pill to swallow. I'd been showing a version of my character I didn't agree with. Internally I'd be cringing, but externally I'd be laughing. And to everyone around me, they saw the laugh. They didn't see the internal conflict. So I started experimenting, and this felt weird at first, not gonna lie. When someone made a joke that didn't sit right with me, even if everyone else was laughing, I just didn't. I'd either stay quiet or change the subject, or if I was brave, I'd say, yeah, I don't really find that funny. And you know what happened? Some people got defensive. Oh, it's just a joke. Don't be so sensitive. Learn to laugh. Which interesting response, right? Because if it's just a joke, why do you care so much? But other people? Other people noticed. And quietly, later they'd say, thanks for not laughing at that. I didn't think it was funny either, and that's when I realized, your laughter, or lack of it, gives others permission. It sets a standard. It says, this is what I respect. This is the line I won't cross. So here's what I need you to understand. What you laugh at is not some throwaway thing. It's not just entertainment. It's a mirror. It shows what you truly respect, what you value, what kind of person you are. When you think nobody's taking notes. If cruelty entertains you, if you find humor in someone else's pain, or humiliation or insecurity, then somewhere maybe deep down compassion is weak in you. And that's something worth examining. Not judging, examining. If wisdom entertains you, if you laugh at clever observations or absurdity, your mind is strong, you're engaged. You're thinking, you're seeing layers. Laughter exposes what you truly respect. It strips away the performance. The carefully curated version of yourself you present to the world. Because you can control your words, you can control your tone. But that split-second reaction when something hits your funny bone? That's unfiltered truth. And look, I'm not saying you have to become the humor police. I'm not saying every joke needs to be morally vetted or you can never laugh at anything edgy or dark. That's not the point. The point is, be intentional. Be aware. Ask yourself, does this amuse me because it's clever? Or because it's cruel? Am I laughing because I genuinely find this funny, or because everyone else is and I don't want to stand out? Because people are watching, not in a creepy way, but in a human way. They're noticing what makes you light up. What you think is hilarious. What crosses a line for you and what doesn't. And whether you realize it or not, every time you laugh, you're showing them who you are. You're revealing your values without saying a word. You're drawing a map of your character in real time. So choose carefully what entertains you, not because you're performing goodness, but because your laughter is honest. And honesty reveals everything. If you've started paying attention to what you laugh at, comment, character check. Follow for more on self-awareness, values, and the small moments that reveal who we really are when we're not trying to impress anyone.